What is going on, YouTube? So coming back today with a video that I mentioned in my mock draft that I wanted to do, and that is basically answering the question, how good will the Philadelphia 76ers be this year, and is it the end of the Sixers tanking era? Now, the Sixers are a team that have been tanking, it seems, every single year since, I want to say 2013, back when they were able to draft Nerlens Noel. And you know what? They piled up so many draft picks piled up so many top 5, top 3 picks over the years now. Between Nerlens Noel, Jahlil Okafor, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons. I mean, you feel like they got a lot of talent on the team. It's just, again, whether they decide to compete. And again, that's what I want to answer here today. Now, doing that mock draft kind of opened my eyes to something for a little bit. If the Sixers actually, this might actually be the first year where I think tanking would be like a really, really good idea. I don't think they needed Ben Simmons. I still think Nerlens Noel is a very capable power forward. And, they don't, or at center, I guess you could plug him in at the 4 or the 5. Either way, you had 3 very capable bigs between Nerlens Noel, Jahlil Okafor, and Joel Embiid. 3 guys that could start for a majority of the teams in the NBA and be very good players long term. Ben Simmons comes in now, and he's immediately the face of your franchise, though, at least in my opinion. This coming season, look at the players, or look at this draft class, especially for the point guard spot. One place that the Sixers probably need help more than anything. Going up and down their starting 5 right now, again, this isn't a sure thing, but this is just kind of what it would be in my mind. Point guard Jared Bayless, again, not maybe a decent rotation point guard, but not a starter. Nick Stauskas or Gerald Henderson at the 2, probably Nick Stauskas. Most likely Dari. They're a little bit deep at the 3, but it's kind of hard to see where, who's gonna start. Maybe Saric coming over this year. Hollis Thompson, I wouldn't think. And then you got Jeremy Grant and also Timothy Luwawu. I would probably, my gut instinct would be Luwawu or Saric. So let's go with Saric at the 3. And then you got Ben Simmons at the 4, and then most likely Joel Embiid at the 5 if he comes back this year. I think that's what they wanted to do, because if they're able to shop Jahlil Okafor, he's actually said that they've tried hard to trade him. And or Nerlens Noel, then, again, it's Embiid's job for the taking. All right, now, talk about where they stack up compared to the rest of the East right now. Talent-wise, yeah, they're probably a top 10 team in the East. Will they make the playoffs this year? No, I don't think they will. I think they're going to try to tank for another year because this upcoming draft class actually is a very exciting one. I had them taking Harry Giles first overall, but most likely the Sixers will have 2 top 5 picks next year. When you have a class as strong at the 1, 3, and 4 spots as next year, when, it's arguable that the 3 biggest needs for the Sixers are the 1 and the 3 spot. Actually, really just the entire backcourt. They're definitely going to need a point guard. Lonzo Ball is a very intriguing idea in my mind. So is Dennis Smith, Markelle Fultz, De'Aaron Fox. There's a lot of guys that I think could fit in well to a Sixers system that are at the top end of the draft next year. At the 3 spot, if they decide to go that way, Josh Jackson's available. Jason Tatum. Again, Harry Giles could probably be plugged in at the 3, but I don't think it'd be a very desirable scenario. But anyway, that's a couple things to focus on for the Sixers for next year. Again, I think this is another year where they are going to try to tank. You can have your own opinion on it if you want to. Again, that's just my take on it. Again, I still think that they have finally the talent. I think this is a team that's actually about a year away. If you compile a team, let's say next year, you take Josh Jackson and Lonzo Ball, just for an example. You got Lonzo Ball at the 1. You got probably Nick Stauskas at the 2 if he can finally put together a good season, or a complete season. He's shown flashes, hasn't really lived up to anything big yet, though. And then you got Josh Jackson at the 3, future star off the wing, in my opinion. Ben Simmons at the 4, and then Joel Embiid at the 5. That's a lineup to get excited about in the East. So, again, that's just a reason why, if they do want to tank another season, like I said, they've tanked up to this point. I really feel like up to this point, you know, why stop? When in the East right now it's controlled by the Cavs. You wait another year, that just gives LeBron another year to age. Cavs maybe another year to fall apart, or not fall apart, but at least like kind of get pieced apart. And then another year for Golden State to get older and for that window to close maybe. So anyway, I think that's my whole take on the situation. Again, you might have your own opinion on it. That's fine. Like I said, this is just my whole take on the situation. That's the point of doing this video, but that's pretty much it. See ya.